Hello everyone, Lontar here on another PvP guide. Today we're gonna be talking about Resto Druid, one of my favorite healers of all time after Resto Shaman. Resto Druid is one of the classes that didn't get that prune compared to other healers. You still have all your utility. You just basically lost like some of your rotation, important abilities like Scenario Ward or Overgrowth, which are kinda big for Druid, but I think now it's easier to like deal with it than before. So yeah. And before we start talking about the guide, I have something funny to share. I just recorded this guide, 40-minute Resto Druid guide before this video, but I forgot to unmute my mic. Imagine the smile I had on my face that I just wanted to, yeah, record it again, you know? Anyway, just I wanted to say to you guys because I look like a fucking clown right now. But yeah, anyway. What is Resto Druid right now in terms of performance? Druid is as bad as Resto Shaman in terms of performance. It's one of the worst healers, but it has huge potential if the numbers gets tuned properly. If Druid gets buff, same with Shaman, but Druid more because you have a lot of utility. It could be really dominant. It all depends on the numbers. Best races for Resto Druid, I really recommend to play Night Elf. Night Elf is basically the best druid for almost every druid spec. The best racial for every druid spec because not only you can meld drink, but as Rust druid you can like, or feral, you can just meld Rextan like this, and you can get away from someone or just cast a clone after, you know, whatever. If you don't want to play Night Elf, you don't want to play Alliance, and you don't want to play Night Elf, you go Horde and you play Tauren or High Mountain Tauren. High Mountain Tauren is a bit better now because you take less damage because it's bugged whatever, you know, it's a bit buggy, so it makes you take less damage than you're supposed to take. And then normal Tauren is good because you can watch them clone. Okay, main stats, embellishments, tier sets. About the embellishments, let me show it here. We, as every other healer we talk about, I think this is probably the best one. Maybe in the future people will find something better, but I don't think we can. I don't think we found something better. Maybe talk with someone, other top streamers, top players that to see what they're thinking and construct their information with mine. Maybe they know something I don't know, but from what I know on the beta, this one did look really good. It basically gives Versa to the target you're healing, and you can stack it +2. Okay. About tier set, let me open it right now. There you go. Overall, the tier set is really bad in PvP, but because Druid numbers are really bad, you actually can play 4-piece, and I explain you why. Because you can play this PvP talent that makes your wild growth, like early spring, makes your wild growth instacast. So this is really nice, and it benefits fully with the tier set. More healing on it, obviously nerfing PvP because every tier set is nerfing PvP, I believe, by 50 to 66% this expansion. I'm not sure how much. I will have to join arena with the tier set to know exactly the percentage, and then wild growth cooldown reduced by 2 seconds, less in PvP, and mana cost reduced by 10%. Anyway, I think if nothing changes, we will play 4-piece. Unless Druid gets buff, we will play 4-piece no matter what. If Druid gets buff, we won't. We won't need to spam wild growth to have healing. That means we won't need the PvP talent and we play other talents. Okay? Main stats for Resto Druid. Last few expansions you will play a mix of haste versus mastery, a lot of mastery if possible, around 20 to 25% haste. Obviously we're in season 1, so we cannot get all the stats we want. So for season 1, what I will recommend is get something around 15 to 17% haste, then rest full versus mastery. You don't want to go super heavy mastery because mastery got nerfed on the last beta patch. Like they basically target mastery completely nerfed. I don't know how much it was, but it was a lot. So I recommend to go like to 16-17% haste, then rest versus mastery. About talents for Resto Druid, I did so many games on the beta. I had over 1,000 rounds in Sappho, and I was playing Willstalker a lot. But then I just realized like I was missing, like the healing was like kinda similar on both. But as as Keeper of the Grove, you have this hero talent that basically makes your Iron Bark a better city. So you actually have Same kinda HPS on both in PvP, but with this your Iron Bark is stronger, which is in the game what matters a lot is like the enemy team pops ACD, I wanna pop another one. And right now your healing is not enough to like counter one CD with your HPS because you don't have enough HPS like what you will do on Monk maybe or on Priest or Pala. But on Druid now you can maybe use, now you will have a bigger Iron Bar basically. So this what this talent will do, this Hero 3 will do is that you pop the Iron Bark, I will show it here, and it will summon this pet that will cast this that heals basically, you see? And this actually big heal in arena, like you will feel it, like it is important heal. Also, when you pop this, you get CDR on Swiftman. These two talents gives you a bit more of healing, and on top of that, so basically your HOTS will be have a chance to proc Dryad, or however you pronounce it in English, which is basically the same thing that you summoned with Iron Bark, and this one will give you a bit of healing, will cast Tranquility, and it will heal a bit, and at the same time it will give you CDR on Swiftman. About the talents you will play on the Keeper of the Rope, I will go no matter what for Power of Nature. I don't think this one is good enough. I will go for Grove's Inspiration. I don't think this is good enough, even though we could see this in the future in case we have enough healing, raw healing. But for now, we just play this one. I think this one is just better, more than 1 second less left on Swiftman or Wild Growth. And overall, I will say these two are kinda similar, but I will go for Power of the Dream. Druid 3, not much to look at. Some like stuff has changed from the War Within, but I love to play Roar the most. You're forced to play on Druid, you're forced to play offensive, you're forced to actually, not even offensive, but at least to CC people to mitigate damage and control the game more. So you're kind of forced to play Maim, Rake Stand 2, Roar or Bass. Is basically your whole class, these 3 CCs, because you need to CC people to win or to not lose. Doesn't matter. You use CC DPS to be defensive or not, or the hero to be offensive, you know. And then talents, here you will shop around, like let's say I'm not gonna get target, so I know these people are not gonna go on me because whatever reason, maybe the comp is not good to kill druids, whatever. Then you just play one here for the movement speed, and then the other one you can just go, oh, I want more damage here, or I just want Typhoon, just to knock people, boom, you can do that. Or you think the enemy team might not go me, but they could still like cleave me a bit, like let's say an Affliction Warlock, right now they're really bad, useful so you know, or a Boomy. They could cleave you with dots or an SP, then maybe I play Natural Recovery to get more healing on myself, you know. There is many variations in terms of like what to play, but mostly I will play this one to be tankier myself. If not, I really like this one. The movement speed one is really, this one is really OP. I will almost say this is a mandatory talent overall on all arena. In all situations, I think movement speed is super insane in arena. Every movement speed talent that increase the speed overall, not like while you're in cut form or while you're in out of combat. No, this increase the speed all game. Like this is really insane talent to not play. So I will play most likely always this talent. And then if you think you're getting tired, you can put one here, you can put two, whatever you like. Or you can just not play symbiotic relationship and just play two like this, that's fine too. Anyway, here is just preference. You're forced to play Starshoots for the synergy of the PvP talent and for the synergy of this, for mana as well, short Starshoots as well. Here, I don't know, to be honest. If you play like, if you like to cut a lot, I mean, this, every time you pop the new, what's his name? The new Hero of the Wild, this makes you do more damage. So I kinda recommend to play Circle of the Wild, and I will show you why now. This one is not bad because you start on CD, so you will get 25% more damage from your Moonfire, from the trends, from this one, and from Starshot itself. But if you want like more burst damage every 2 minutes with the new Hero of the Wild, I really recommend this one. So you will play like this. And about the Restoration Druid talent, now we try to don't play as much regrowth talents as we can because regrowth heals nothing compared to Lux Expansion. But we're still forced to either pick this one or this one just to be able to go down on the 3. So I recommend to play Improve Regrowth, because Regrowth does not heal much, so you don't care about clear casting procs at all, almost. Only for mana reasons, because the healing is bad anyway. And then everything is kind of mandatory, I will say. I think you will most likely want to go either this or this. You will shop around between these two, depending on what you prefer. With this, you make your item bar bigger CD, because your regis will heal more and they will last longer. During no longer, sorry, item bar will be last longer too. So it really depends what you like. I think I like more like having a bigger item bar than having a bit more healing and photosynthesis. Obviously, it depends on the matchup. Maybe you don't need big item bar because you're facing a comp that does not super high single turret damage, you know? Then you can play photosynthesis. If you think you're facing a comp that does single turret damage, like Red Warrior, like so much, then you can play big item bar to get more. Like, I call it big item bar because it makes your item bar have more value from both your reuse, basically. But the most important part of Druid changes this expansion is basically the Apex talent synergy with Efflorescence. So let me explain. Now, Efflorescence is same as always. You put it on the floor. It's a green circle on the floor that will heal. But now this new talent makes it a passive. So you don't have to press or bind Efflorescence at all. And it will just follow your lifeline, to explain it the easiest way. So now we talk about this and then I show it. Everbloom, first, this is basically the Apex talents. Is all around lifelooms. Basically, it makes it stack to 3 stacks, and it stacks every 5 seconds. More healing on the rank 2, 30% of the healing is plus to 2 allies with 30 yards. And rank 3, Lifeloom bursts into a blooming. Basically, what it does is when you consume Soul of the Forest, you will just it says causing it to bloom 5 times in rapid, so you will basically heal when you consume bloom of the forest, soul of the forest. You will do a big heal, or like semi big heal, but you need to make sure you have life loom up, otherwise you completely don't use this talent at all. So life loom always up. But now let me show it in perspective. So what you do is this: 1 stack, and now this talent in 4, 3, 2, 1, it will proc another efflorescence here because of this. And now another 3, 2, 1, it will proc another one, you see? And every time you apply it yourself, it will follow up as well. So it auto applies itself like this. 2, 1, boom. Or when you apply it yourself. That's how it works, basically, this talent. And it heals a lot. Like, make sure you try to try to be aware of where the clear casting is and when your teammate is. Obviously, it will follow him, but if he's someone that is running the entire game, make sure you can, like, you know, if he's running too much, tell him to stay there, you know? And then about talents, missing only PvP talents. This one is a must, this one is a must, and then the third one, you play either Wild Growth, Early Spring, which you have to play it right now, no matter what. Literally, no matter what, you gotta play it right now. You cannot afford playing anything else because you need the healing from it. You need the the healing. You need the insta cast of Wild Growth because you cannot stay in mid arena casting a Wild Growth. I wish I could, but you cannot. So you need the insta Wild Growth cast. And then you need, in case, let's say, Druid is buff, so you have better numbers, then you don't need to Wild Growth at all, then you won't play 4-set or 2-set. Then you will just play High Winds for a bigger range of cyclones, so you can cyclone more comfortable. Or you can just play Freedom on the Efflorescence. So the Efflorescence that is chasing you will give you freedom the entire game. That's insane mechanic if you think about it. Or if you don't play this one or this one, you could play, no, that will be it, right? It's either this High Winds or the Early Spring. Every other talent, I don't find much more value on them. Okay, I don't think I forget. Oh yeah, I forget to explain one thing. Heart of the Wild got changed this expansion. Now it's not an ability that you press and you have the buff there for 1 minute, being a 5-minute CD, and depending what you do, you get one value or another. No, now you will get value depending on what form you press it. So if I go cat, you see Heart of the Wild gets Feral Frenzy ability. So basically, if I press on this guy, it will do bleed and it will do Feral Frenzy and it will give me 5 combo points and it will do a lot of damage. That's why I'm talking about playing Circle of the Wild. If I go bird, basically will give me, if I press it, it will increase by 30% my HP. Apparently, this one is bugged, or it is bugged. You do it, you swap back to one form or another. I don't know exactly how it works, the bug, but there is a bug with it. And in Boomy Form, I don't even have Boomy Form on, so don't really matter. But he says that it basically does damage, which is whatever, to be honest. But the most important one you will use it on is for cat form, because let's say you want to build combo points, that you break stun, and then you do this boom, 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 and then you see, you do the most damage. I mean, I don't know if it shows here how much damage I did, but I did 300k damage. My Final Fantasy did 250k, 55k damage. That is half of someone's HP almost right now. Obviously, the damage has no berserk, right? But still, that is a lot of damage. So with this mechanic plus convoke, you can do like some fancy stuff in 2v2. In 3v3, I don't think you're gonna get away with it. Not because they can stop it, just because you will lose the game in 1 minute after because no healing. But still, it's kind of some cool stuff to do with the Head of the Wild. And that will be it for the talents. When it comes to healing rotation, really simple. I'm gonna explain it as simple as I can. Life Loom always up with 3 stacks while having efflorescence around, no matter what. Then Regrowth always up we can for the Mastery proc, because the heal itself, look, it's healing 1.3k every 1.6 seconds. It's really bad. Really, really bad. Like Blizzard over nerf Regrowth by crazy amount. And then you want to have 2 Reuse up and Wild Growth up. But the important thing about this expansion, Druid, is that you don't want to use solo the forest on your regrowth. You want to use solo the forest on renew always. Always. And then I forgot to explain about talents. Actually, I'm going to explain on the tips part anyway, about this talent anyway. We'll explain it later. Anyway. So for rotation, life bloom up, regrowth up every time you can, which you can apply in 3 form, by the way. You want to do the most heals 3 form up. Then Swiftman, big renew. And then reapply. And then wild growth when you need more healing. And when you have nothing else to press, you go cat, 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 and while you, yeah, that will be the rotation. Okay, you basically applying HOTS. Whenever you have nothing else to press, you, as I said, you Sweetman into Ryu, then you press Star Search. Why? Because you will proc the PvP talent that makes all the HOTS heal 20% faster. I'm gonna read the talent for you. The last part is Star Search and combo point spending, aka the only one that spends is Rip, or which I don't even have it binded. I think it's useless. But I have Furious Bite or Maim. So it's either Furious Bite, Maim, or Rip, or Star Search that will proc the last part. So it will give me a 20% increase the rate of your heal over time spells, which is insane for Druid. Like, you need to get into your head that every hot up, as I said, every hot, efflorescence, 3 stacks, regrowth, wild growth, swiftment, and whenever you don't have more to press, insta thing. You wanna start such on CD almost for damage, for healing, for everything. Okay, and then the other part of this talent is that what you have, what you do is like when you have every hot tap in the game and you don't even have stars or whatever, and you need to build combo points to use to CC someone, then you just go in and press swipe, and with this swipe you will extend the hots. You see, every swipe you extend 1 second, so they stay up almost all the time. So you guys understand. On allies, obviously in the dummy it won't work because it's not an ally for me, but it will work for me. Okay, that's the most important part. Another important part. Let's say you don't want to go in on melee. Actually, you don't want to go in on melee, and you want to extend the HOTS without having to reapply, without spending mana, and you want to go for a re-stealth. So while you're re-stealthing behind the pillar, you spam swipe. Okay, let me show it on myself because otherwise it's not gonna show. So you're behind the pillar, swipe behind the pillar, it still works. You don't even need to hit anyone. You see? They still get extended, so you can go stealth now. Then go open, boom, rake. And then do your big dam, more dam, you know, all these things. All Druid things. You guys understood what I meant? So this talent, the one that extends your HOTS 1 second, the first part of the talent, you don't need to be in combat or hit anyone to extend HOTS. Do you see? I'm spamming swipe. I'm spamming swipe. This is one of the texts that I use in in ABC Season 2 in the tournament on the grand finals versus Wes and them. And it was really insane by running behind pillar, spamming swipe, and re-stealth him. So I buy time so my hosts don't fall. This talent is one of the more cool talents that Blizzard has ever added to Resto Druid for the last 10 years. And people don't know how to abuse it like this yet. I mean, now more people will start doing it. I mean, top Druids do it, you know what I mean? But not all the players, you know what I mean? It's really insane trick. And about the rotation, as I said, Life Loom, Reju. Obviously, regrowth always up, just for a master, even though it heals nothing. Then every Soothman needs to be for a big Reju, okay? And that will be it. And then whenever you need healing, you pop your 3. The rotation is the same. Iron Bar when you need more healing. Soothman, big Reju. Wild Growth, Star Shoots. Like I said, be good at abusing this talent properly and abusing Reforestation 3. The more Soothmans, whenever you get 4, you proc a 3. That's basically it about the rotation. You can sneak in like a trank behind the pillar, you know, as well when you don't have more healing. You cannot go in, you don't have star search, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But that will be it. City management, star tranquility, incarnation of 3, or iron bark, or skin for yourself, I guess. Every time someone touches you, or like they stun you and they're going hard on you, skin, bar skin, don't greed it too much. Unless you know how the game works perfectly and you think you can greed it. Like you're a top player or you understand the mechanics and you understand how much damage you're gonna take, then you can make decisions. Oh, okay, I cannot press skin here because I'm dead next go, and I should be fine without skin here, bar skin. So boom, you don't press it. But every time someone stuns you and pops CDs on you, don't even think about it. Skin always, almost always, unless you understand that you have full HOTS. Okay, with this HOTS on myself, it should be enough. I pre-bet on top. My team is peeling me. I don't need to skin. You know, it's a bit more complex than it looks like, but obviously on high rating you cannot skin air because good players will punish you for skinning nothing because you just skin out of CDs. The next time they have CDs, they're gonna kill you through because no skin through your trinket. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then see the rotation. You kind of want to use your 3 on CD almost every game. So you apply the biggest hots you can, more healing, your team stays offensive. They don't have to press CDs. Whenever you don't have any healing, nothing, press Iron Bark or rotate CDs with your team. But yeah, you should press Iron Bark as your first CD. And last resource, go behind the pillar, cast a Tranquility. That will be it for CD management. No much to talk about, to be honest. Macros for Druid, I have 2 or 3 that I should talk about. One of the cool ones that I'm gonna show right now, make sure to copy it properly, is this one. Only don't copy the show tool tip thingy, everything else is good. Okay, what this does is just basically make you leap to your trend. So after a Swiftman, let me show it here. I get away and then I press the macro and I leap to my trend without even having to target him. You can target him and then leap. I do that a lot, but with the macro, you will leap to it without even targeting. And that's what the macro does. It is really cool. Okay. You have it there. Post the bid and copy it one by one. You need the macro. You want me to give you the macro itself? Whisper me on Discord. I cannot put it on the comments, otherwise there is no space for it. Or at least, just whisper me on Discord and I give you anything you want. Gameplay related. WoW related, no problem. And other macros, let me think, for the forms that I like a lot, like especially for the 3-1, like this part, or like the bear form. What is my bear macro? Or boomy. You see, I have boomy form here. It's the same for every form, even for 3 form. You put cast, exclamation mark, and the form. What this does is that, for example, if I spam my bear form, if I spam it, it won't get me out of form till the global is off. But if you don't have the macro, I will show you right now. I press bear form and it will get me out of form insta if I spam it, you know? So what these macros do, as I show you right now, is it won't leave you out of form. Like let's say you are in human or in cat and you're stunned, and out of the stun you want to go bear, right? So you spam bear like a madman. And because you're in cat and you're not in global, you put into bear and then you stop spamming it and then it won't leave you. But if you spam it, like I said, like you're out of stun, and you spam it, you see it led me out of form. And trust me, I had this mistake many years ago that I didn't have these macros, and this game is life changing. So get the macros. I will show it one more time. This works for every form, especially now that we have to play normal 3 again. It works for this one. You should have it for this one as well. It's really nice. Which yeah, you swap this for with the name of this incarnation tree of life. That's it. And for macros that, and then that's the one that I told every expansion, which is cancel form. What cancel form does is basically I press the macro and it puts me into human. So what is the value of this? The value of this is like, let's say you get slow by a milli. Let's say I have a warrior here. I'm fighting a warrior. I'm dying. I want to get away. So what I do is like, I'm in human, right? He slows me. I go bird. Remove the slow, but he insta slows me. So I'm slow again, right? So what I do from bird to get away, let's say I'm in global. So for example, I'm in human. I go bird to remove the slow and then I cancel fast. Because, or like use the, yeah, that's what I do. So I'm in human, I'm slow, so I can walk fast. I go bear, he slows me again, then I cancel fast and I move again fast again. Without doing a duel, it's hard for me to explain it better. But what it helps you is like swapping a form will make you remove the slow, and with a cancel form, if you're fast at using it, it will basically make you be able to get away easier if you get used to this macro to cancel forms, you know. The moment you know how to do it and abuse the globals from forms, you will basically master like how to kite properly on Druid, because Druid is all about moving good. Like if you move bad on Druid, you will get punished really easy because you are squishy class, you know. And then comps for Druid is same as Resto Shaman. Your healing is not there, but on Druid you can play more like setup comps, like with mages. I will probably play mage, demo, warlock, Resto Druid. It's probably insane comp for Resto Druid, or even SP Destro Resto Druid or SP Demo. That's what I will play with Resto Druid. Weakness and strength. Strength for Resto Druid, all the CC you have Maim, Roots, Cyclone, Regstun, Roar, Bass if you pick Bass, Mass Root if you pick Mass Roots. You have so much utility. Weakness about Druid. Easy to kill. And basically your healing is too low right now. Okay? And then tips for Druid. The tips that I wanted to talk earlier about is just this one. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 tips. First, this one, that people don't abuse this new talent. I believe it's new. I don't remember having this before. I remember the icon, but it was a different thing, I believe. Or we didn't play this talent last expansion. I don't think we did. Anyway, what this does is every time you solo the forest, the next Regio or Regrowth will also apply. So the Empower Regio will apply to two allies that are close. So for example, if you are below 20%, let's say you're low HP, you're 80%, and your guy is dying, and you want to get value from that solo the forest, then you Swiftman, come close, boom, and then you get the Regio he gets, the Empower one, you know? You could do it with yourself or you could do it with your teammates, you know what I mean? That's one of the tips. And I believe I had another one, but I think I actually completely spaced out right now. Oh yeah, one tip for solo shuffle or threes: choose doesn't matter, even blitz. You play Druid. When you play Reforestation, you know every forecast of Sweetman grants you Incarnation 3 of life. Okay, so what I recommend to do this is when the gate is about to open, Life Loom, Regrowth on someone, Sweetman goes stealth. Insta Swiftman, so you get 1 stack or Reforestation rolling before the fight starts. So whenever the fight starts, your Swiftman is off CD again. Off CD again, and you can already Swiftman to get another stat to get another stack. So you start the game basically with 2 stacks almost, you know. And that's the good thing about this. So be aware of this, and trust me, this is gonna win you games. And you're gonna be like mid game. Oh my god, I have 3. I have I have Reforestation 3 already. That's nice. And yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the guide. You guys, if I missed something, which I believe I didn't miss anything, let me know on the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be Preservation Evoker, most likely. PvP guide, and then I will do both pre-specs for the last ones, because are the specs that I'm playing less right now. So yeah, have a good one. Hopefully you guys enjoying the preseason. Can't wait for the season to start in 1 week. And take care. Have a good one. Remember to follow. And see you on the next video. Peace.